Oh my goodness. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am I'm up early this morning. I slept all day yesterday. I woke up and it was 8:30 last night. So that's telling me that my body is still trying to recover. I went out for a bit Friday night with a few friends. First time out in about oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, my sister went back to the hospital last night. Okay, and I was trying to enjoy myself, but couldn't do it. I said I am going home, and I slept all day yesterday. Good morning, Gamecock Jenny. Good morning, Pink Boberto. Erica, not Eric Hall. Good morning. So done. Wisco Gal. Good morning. I saw your arts and crafts. So when I woke up last night, um, I missed a lot, I guess. I saw Brooke did a live. I went and caught her replay. And then I was looking because, of course, I can't sleep when I'm waking up. So I actually cooked around 9 o'clock last night because I hadn't eaten anything. I didn't eat anything Friday night. And I said, well, I'll just eat Sunday. And I'm like, no, I'd already taken the stuff out to cook. So I got up and I cooked. And I caught a little bit of Rochelle's live. And Jen, I think you need to watch that live because Rochelle was basically on point with a lot of stuff she was saying. And then I saw that Jen did a live. So I went and I listened to a little bit of Jen's live. And when she started playing some old shit about MZ and Clark, I was like, okay, you're doing the same thing. And then she played something about Jules, but you're still crying victim. So I'm actually like, you won't change, you won't take accountability for anything. So I was like, okay, that's enough for me. But again, um, wait a minute, hold on. Um, hold on, let me do this. I can't. All right, I'll have to do that later. But anyway, so I caught Brooke's replay, and I was confused too, Brooke. Um, I was really, really confused because which Brandy are we talking about? Is it the Brandy whose mother was um, in the in the facility, or was it Mike's Brandy? So I don't know which Brandy, but I caught your whole live, and it was very interesting. Reaper serves up PSST. Okay, we got it. So my sister just sent me something. Hold on a second, guys. Bourbon Street. She's listening. She had to go back to the hospital. Oh shit. Okay. Let me just show this. See, they don't do all that shit when I'm down there. All right, so we had a shooting on Bourbon Street last night, but I was gonna. Okay, we had a shooting on Bourbon Street last night. So let's see. Hi, oh, there you go. Hey, Hazel Eyes. Hi, Sweets and Be Young. Hi, Mustang Mike. Hi, Chantel. But I listen, and I just don't know. But I just want to make this clear. I have never coddled Jen at all. Never coddled Jen. Won't coddle Jen. Won't do it. Just won't do it. So again, you're doing the same thing. And I went and listened to Shiz Happens, one of her lives, and she stated on her live that she covered a woman who faked cancer, and lied about, well, and her husband was a murderer. So my question is, if anybody knows if that is about Fraud of the Reaper, I need to see that video. I see Faith in hospital. Chantel, I caught live. Everyone told Faith off. Well, I was just looking at that. I guess Faith and whoever she's with got into it, and she said she's getting an RO. I am so behind on stuff on TikTok. I need to catch up. But if anybody knows if shit show comes in the chat, let me know. Hi, Janet George. Janet George is going live today, which I was hoping you were live yesterday, but I was asleep anyway. So I was looking to see if you went live yesterday. But George is going live today at 4 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. So George will be live today. I did see that this morning. But if the shit show comes in, and I know he told me to go to Discord and type in authority check, and I don't know. I tried that. It didn't work, but I have to try it again. I want to know where that video is that Shiz Happens did, because I have a feeling it could be about Fraud of the Reaper. But if it's not about Fraud of the Reaper, and there is another YouTube creator whose husband committed murder in front of this woman's son, killed this woman, and then lied about surviving inflammatory breast cancer, which is the worst and is rare, which is what my aunt, the RN, died of. It's a rare, aggressive cancer. And I stated before, my aunt died of a rare, aggressive cancer, and it was IBC. She never smoked a day in her life. And then for Frauditor to come here and say that she was cured in 2 months, girl, I want to know who your damn oncologist is and who the fuck. Your hair grew back and you were undergoing treatments, and now your excuse is it was before you had a YouTube channel, which we find out that's a lie. You a fucking liar. And Nicole was giving you all of this information on Lisa. And I used to tell Nicole, stop feeding her shit, because she's the one that's making money off of it. I need to know if Shiz Happens did that video on Fraud of the Reaper. That live I caught, I was watching it. It was juicy, so I recorded it. Okay, Chantel, I'll catch it. Okay, I'll watch it. I see Faith. Okay, what else? So it sounds like Fraud of the Reaper. And if I know the name of the video, which I will go through today and try to find it. And if it's someone else, I'm like, this will be really fucking shocking if there's another YouTube creator. Oh, and then she lied and said that she needed a kidney transplant, and her husband was approved to be her donor by the warden. Girl, in Texas, that's a fucking lie. That is a lie. A lie. I lived in Houston over 25 fucking years, the state of Texas. This man's mother was dying, and they wouldn't even give him the okay to do it unless he was dead, you know. Oh my God. Good morning, Texas girl. I hope you're feeling better. You and Amber threw me off this week, okay? My 9 o'clock was shot because you guys weren't live. So I just want to know if she was talking about Fraud of the Reaper. I really do. And I'm going to have to find it. I can't believe. Well, girl, Erica, she's a liar. And she puts out information that is not verified, that's not true. I've never liked her, and I've said it. I've never, ever liked her. Never liked Villain. I found the person who made videos about her. Well, I know who Rude Barbie is. She changed her name. Then I heard that Tracy Noel did a live last night and Psycho Bunny was on her panel. And I need to know who recorded that because they said there was a lot of screaming going on. I want to know who recorded that because I want to see that as well. See, I haven't been on TikTok. I'm just behind now. You follow Rude Barbie? Good. So, but, and then Tracy Noel, and then what's the other one? Um, I saw that Money Swipers are putting out videos again. Um, I haven't seen anything from Naps in a while since she did that whole villain thing. I haven't seen. Well, I saw Supernatural with Nikki, the video, because I was in some of her live on TikTok, but then I saw the whole thing on YouTube. Okay, I'll see who has it. But anyway, let's get on to this. So we've got a lot of shit. Let me see. Just saying, Heidi, do you know the name of your aunt's breast cancer? Inflammatory breast IBC. My sister is currently fighting an aggressive BC named triple negative. Her journey has been cruel and long because age was initially misdiagnosed. Good morning, Just Beetle. It was IBC, inflammatory breast cancer. My cousin, who's a doctor, her mother is the one that had it. And she was an RN. And I told you this, guys, when that hotel collapsed in Kansas City. Was it Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri? She was she was the charge nurse. She ran that whole department, and she couldn't take all those kids that were coming in there. Tatted Rob had something this weekend. Could everyone, only idiots lie? But that's what I'm saying. I'm so sorry, but I can X, but I just know it was IBC. It was inflammatory breast cancer. And I can ask my cousin later on if there was something else, but I know it was IBC. I've always said it's a rare form of breast cancer. I never said it. When she said that she was cured in 2 months and then your hair grew back in that time, girl, anybody can look it up. IBC is aggressive. The fuck? No problem, just saying. But to lie about you recovering from that, she should have picked another cancer. The survival rate of that, and not 2 months. And she said stage 4. The fuck? That took a toll on my whole family. Well, these guys' names, True Knowledge claims he has cancer, open heart surgery, missing leg, lung. Oh, girl. True Knowledge looks like William Brooklyn to me. Not my real name. Good morning. My great aunt had breast cancer. She was a nurse, worked at Moses Khan Hospital. She passed away years ago. Oh my God. But to lie about something like that. So then she was talking about, Lisa was going to say that she had prostate cancer, right? And this bitch goes, women don't get prostate cancer, which I sent her a message. I said, that's a lie. It's a rare form for women to get, but women do get prostate cancer. Look it up. One of my best friends in Maryland died from that. They looked for everything else but that. And when they finally found it, it was too late. Girl, she was cured in 2 months. Just saying, she was cured in 2 months. Oh, damn, Chantel. But if you look at the link above, You have Just Barbie. Rude Barbie. Go watch Rude Barbie's link on the lies that Frauditor has said about IBC. She even spoke to an oncologist. She even spoke to a nurse that specializes in this. She's a liar. Good morning, Corn's mom. She's sick. And I just read somebody said that she had Munchausen by the internet. She's a liar. She's a liar. She's a liar. And then when I heard about the kidney shit and about how her husband supposedly they're married, but their marriage license is sealed because girl, they don't do that shit in the state of Texas. Hey, Amber, they don't do that shit in the state of Texas. You got the wrong fucking state, okay? You get married in a prison. It's a public record, just like every other marriage license. It's public. And all of these dummies that are eating up the shit that this fat bitch is saying is pissing me the fuck off. Because she's a liar and she's been proven to be a liar. Simply Sophie, girl, I caught your thing about Lori, and wanting to play a game. And you want to know who's going to trust her with an address to mail them anything. I was laughing my ass off. I was laughing my ass off. Good morning, Amber. Cancer is nothing to joke about. Self-harm is nothing to joke about. But, and then she doubles down on it. And I'm like, Reaper, come see me. Please come talk to me. Because you won't double talk me, bitch. Please come see me. Come talk to me. Because I know damn well you a liar. I know. Yes, I started watching that one. And I kind of fell asleep, so I got to finish. But I did catch the one you did about her wanting to play the game. She's a liar. Oh, Delta or Roach. Sophie, let me tell you what I did. I watched yours, right? And then I went and I watched Mickey Mouse. Y'all be cracking me up. Mickey Mouse's commentary, and when she gets fired up, I just be like, oh shit, Mickey is fired the fuck up. But I want to know why nobody covers Fraud the Reaper. Happy birthday, George. It's your mama's birthday or is it your birthday? I want to know why nobody covers Fraud the Reaper. Because, bitch, I'm coming. I'm coming for you because you're a liar. Hi, Dream Sicko. I'm coming for you. Then to hear that, you were digging in this Devin A's information all on Facebook, and you knew Nicole was feeding Lisa. Now, I got a problem with Nicole, too, because you knew Lisa was getting food, but you never came out and tell people that she doesn't need food because I just fed her. So you knew Lisa was lying and using people for money for her drugs. I got a problem with all of you motherfuckers. We can do it, baby. We can definitely do it. Because Fraud the Reaper is a fraud. What a fitting name for you, girl. Fraud Reaper. You're a liar. You put out misinformation. I'm still trying to figure out, and I believe Lisa when she said that Nate was the one that knocked her fucking tooth out. Just like I asked her about this whole Christmas thing when Lisa was telling people she had twins and their name was Hunter and Mark. No evidence was ever shown. None. Show me where she did this. Hi, Janet L. She just puts out shit. And Jen, I wanted to tell you, I heard you tell people that, hey, if you want to, I'm doing all these crafts. Damn it, E11. I didn't realize Janet 11 was you until I saw the green. She's telling people that if they want to donate to her crafts because they're expensive, because she and Clint have bills and stuff, everybody has bills. Are you going to send these people these crafts that you're making for them? I just want to know that. Are you? I saw what you made from Muggsy with the little Tupperware cup. That's not funny. Muggsy don't want to hear about that shit anymore. I just sent you. Is it rude, Barbie? Is it rude, Barbie? Because I've been watching her too, but simply, Sophie, I'm telling you, this woman never had stage 4 inflammatory breast cancer. It's an aggressive cancer. She was diagnosed and cured all in 2 months, 2.5 months. In stage 4. What the fuck? But I'm just saying, when I heard that, I'm like, wait a minute. This is like, what's her name on TikTok? Kelly, who wants to do all of the, she wants to do all of the parodies. But she's asking people to send her shit from Amazon. She's giving them a list of the wigs and everything. Girl, you go see a comedy show. They're not asking you for money to do their shit. Now, I run a church, and I need to get some light bulbs and shit. But come on, you don't do that. Are you going to mail people their shit? I'm not being rude, Jen, but seriously. You can ask them to donate to your channel. But if you can't afford to go out and buy all of this stuff at Dollar Tree, stay out of Dollar Tree. Stop buying the shit till you can afford it. Until you can afford it, don't go get it. That's what everybody wants to know. Who is her oncologist? And why isn't she in the record books for being cured? Yes, WTF, Kelly was doing that. Yes, she was. Don't do that. If people want to donate to you, they'll donate to you. Good morning, Dreamsicle. If they want to donate to you, they'll donate to you. But and then you're sitting there showing them everything that you got from the Dollar Tree, but then you're saying in another breath that you and Clint got these unforeseen or whatever things that are coming up. Okay? Stop shopping at the Dollar Tree. Even though it's $1.90, whatever it is. Every penny counts. Stop it till you can afford to do it. That's all you have to do. Easy, simple. Stop doing that. I caught up on all kind of shit last night. But okay, let's get to this damn shooting real quick on Bourbon Street. And then, Brooke didn't, she was talking about the craft she was doing. I take it her husband is doing great, which unless I didn't hear her say anything about Jason except for he may be downstairs sleeping. I don't really hear her say too much about Jason at all. So, and as I said, I caught the replay because I was asleep when she went live. Let me see. Accused murderer. Hold on. Let me get this. Dizzy Channel. Oh my God, another Janet. Yeah, I don't want to. Okay, here is the shooting.
This is breaking news on WTSU News this morning. We begin this morning with breaking news. One person is dead and 3 others were injured in
Number
a shooting
one.
along Bourbon Street. According to the New Orleans Police Department, the shooting happened just after 2 this morning in the 100 block of Bourbon Street. Police say 1 man and 2 women were found at the scene, and a 4th woman was found at the intersection of Canal and St. Charles. Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick says the woman killed was a 33-year-old innocent bystander visiting from Chicago to celebrate her birthday. She added one of the other victims was the woman's sibling. According to Kirkpatrick, they were able to review video footage calling the shooting a shootout that escalated from a fight.
We recognize the legality of being able to carry a gun, but when you mix it with people who are drinking, then we have a high-risk situation. So please leave your guns at home.
According to Kirkpatrick, it's early in the investigation, but they believe they have a person of interest. Anyone with information on the shooting is urged to call police.
Oh my God, seriously, I have never been afraid to walk through the French Quarter thinking about getting shot on Bourbon Street. I guess I need to rethink shit. Jesus Christ. And she was an innocent bystander. Now, this is what I thought was funny, and I'm sorry. Yes, I do think it's funny. Hold on. This is the man that was accused of killing his wife. He was in jail. He was in court for sentencing. This is in Houston, Harris County. And this bitch dies. He ingested
murdering his wife.
He ingested something in the courtroom. I don't know how he got what he had, but he ingested something in the courtroom and he died while he was there for sentencing.
Wife has a medical emergency in court and then he dies.
Yeah, he actually collapsed in court. Aniela Ruiz live in our newsroom with exclusive video and new details about what happened. Aniela.
Well, guys, James Paul Anderson was on trial for allegedly killing his wife, 34-year-old Victoria Anderson, inside her home. And today he was expected to take a plea deal, but witnesses tell me things escalated quickly. Take a look. This is video obtained exclusively by KHOU 11 News showing James Paul Anderson being wheeled out of the courtroom on a gurney. Witnesses tell me James had just been speaking with his attorney and asked for a few moments alone. When he returned, they say he spit something into a trash can, and minutes later, he started vomiting and was visibly ill. Officers moved him in.
Do you think he took a fentanyl pill? A Fetty? Do you think that's what he took?
The back room, and more law enforcement arrived. Eventually, paramedics were called in. We're told Anderson's attorney looked into the trash can and reportedly found a small bag with brown crystal-like substance believed to be meth. Because of that discovery, the judge allegedly declared the courtroom a potential crime scene. Anderson was taken to Bentop Hospital where he was pronounced dead.
Bentop is one of the best trauma centers in the world. They also treat a lot of low income, but Bentop, if you hear about anybody getting shot in Houston, they take them to Bentop. That is a trauma hospital.
Just before 11 a.m. And according to the district attorney's office, we've learned the DA's office was prepared to offer him a plea deal. He would have served 35 years in prison. Now, bailiff reportedly administered Narcan before EMS arrived trying to save his life. Anderson had been out on bond on $300,000 after he was arrested following a lengthy SWAT standoff tied to the murder of his wife back in 2023. The couple did have a toddler at the time. Just a terrible situation for both families involved. Again, we hope to bring you guys more information later on today.
I was like, wait a minute. He took the easy way out. Easy. I don't know. They need to test it, not just assume it was crystal meth. I don't know what it was, but whatever he took, Narcan didn't work. They said he spit it out. And I was like, what the hell was he ingesting? But today is Sunday. Barca's won't help if it wasn't an opioid. Okay. All right. So it won't help. But Sophie, whenever you want to do Fraud of the Reaper, girl, you have to let me know. But I need to go look at Shit Happens. And I was trying to see if the shit show was coming in so he can, well, I can look on her page. And if she has an email, I'm going to send her an email because I want to know what video that was. She said she did a video on a person that lied about cancer and her husband is a murderer. Who else could it be but her? So I would definitely go look for that video. But today is Sunday. And I'm going to say trigger warning right now. I'm going to say trigger warning. There's a lot of pastors out here that are doing some nasty shit. But we're going to talk about Taylor and, oh my God, what's his last name? I forgot. We're going to show him first. Thank you, it's Reaper. And for her to lie and say that the husband, supposedly husband, I'm doing air quotes, because there's no marriage license or no marriage certificate or nothing registered, was trying to protect the child, and that's why he killed that woman. No, bitch. He killed that woman because she was trying to help his wife, girlfriend leave him, and he killed that woman in front of her child. And you, Reaper, was tormenting that family, Reaper. That's what you were doing. So like you like to come for other people, I guess I'm gonna come for you. Hi, right quick. I read your I see you always on my replay. Thank you for catching a live. Thank you. Yeah, she's a liar. She is a liar. She has no credibility, none whatsoever. So let's get into everything she puts out about Lisa. I used to go in her chat and I would ask her, hey, do you have proof of this? Do you have proof of this? Never proof. Today is Sunday and you have said, Janet George, this is the church of everlasting fulfillment. Okay? Oh, please do. But I know Rude Barbie had some. Trace, what's the woman's name that's friends with Ronnie? She did a video on her as well. But I want to find the one that Shit Happens did on her. I need to find that one because I know she went into detail. I know Rude Barbie went into detail. She even contacted an oncologist, had the recording out. I was like, girl, stop with your lies. So let's come as you are. You're coming from the club, come on into the church. Matter of fact, I have a bus, an entertainment bus. We pick you up from the club. We take you home. Tracy Unfiltered. Thank you. We have a bus that picked you up from the club in case you're too drunk. We have a stripper pole in there and everything. We can continue to party on the way home. Nicole was video Nate knocking out. Nicole, okay, first of all, Nicole didn't videotape that. See, that's a lie. Somebody else videotaped it and sent it to Nicole. Nicole was not out there. They called Nicole on the phone, FaceTime, and asking her if this is them, and she said yes. That video that Nicole was showing, she didn't video that. Someone else did. She did not videotape that at all. Good morning, Ghostface. Yep, he was knocked the fuck out. And that's probably why they haven't been live, because Lisa lied and said they weren't breaking into cars, they weren't stealing packages, and yes, they were. And then she was saying how Nate would have knocked out somebody, and Nate got dropped. Yep, that's where all of this misinformation comes from. If you want to know, go into Nicole's live, and she showed it. She said it. It was sent to her. She didn't record that. Not at all. It was sent to her. The only thing she did was says, Yes, that's them. And they were confronted. They were confronted, and for Lisa to be yelling out she's pregnant, you big and bad, girl. Hold on, let me see. Uh this lady is the only one that I've seen that calls out Reaper. Hold on a second. Let me see who this is. I think that's her. Yep, that's Rude Barbie. Yep, that's Rude Barbie. That's her. She changed her name. She used to be called something else. And then Tracy Unfiltered did as well. When she was lying. And Reaper, aren't you banned from Walmart? Aren't you banned from Walmart, Reaper? When you were talking about you didn't have an open warrant, and you did, but aren't you banned from Walmart, Reaper? Girl, the shit I've been picking up on you. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about this pastor. And I'm going to stop cursing. Well, fuck that. Let me get this right. So, yes, we definitely need to cover Reaper. Let's look at this piece of shit right here. Yep, that's her.
Tonight, a now former youth pastor is behind bars, charged with possession of child pornography.
We're told by church leadership at Crossbridge Christian Church, off of 290 in Northwest Harris County. He actually stepped down from his role earlier this month. ABC 13's Daniela Hurtado has the details of the case.
Church leadership here at Crossbridge Christian Church off of 290 in Northwest Harris County confirmed they learned about the arrest of Nathan Wayne Walker this morning. This afternoon, they confirm he no longer works at the church. This is video from the Crossbridge Christian Church YouTube page of now former Associate Pastor Nathan Wayne Walker preaching. Court documents state Walker is a youth pastor. Church leadership at Crossbridge Christian Church in Northwest Harris County tell ABC 13 he was the youth pastor for 6th grade to 12th grade and was promoted just last fall to associate pastor. A man who was once in charge for caring and pastoring children is now charged with 2 counts of child pornography videos and photos. Court documents detail Walker was.
Just want to say this. In my church, we don't do this, okay? We are not having this. Okay, Janet motherfucking Z is driving. She can't chat, but she wants to say good morning to everyone.
Uploading and sharing files of child porn of children as young as 5 years old. We've blurred the document because of the crude details. An officer from the Houston Metro Internet Crimes Children's Task Force details in court records they received 2 cyber tips from a Yahoo instant messaging app tied to Walker. Investigators go on to say in court documents his son discovered images on Walker's computer years ago and inappropriate discussions on an app. But he tells police Walker told him he was doing it, quote, to catch the bad guys. He tells officials he never discussed it with anyone else. Church leadership sent us this statement reading, quote, "We're saddened to hear the allegations. We will continue to monitor the investigation, praying for all involved and God's truth," end quote.
I don't know, Kevin. Your name is Kevin Pig. Okay? I don't know. You might be next. I don't like your name, Kevin. Kevin Pig. Remember that name, people. He may be involved too.
Walker's wife referred us to their attorney for comment. We have not heard back. HCSO has not released Walker's booking photo. He's expected in the 497th court in the morning. Daniela Hurtado, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
This is Houston. Here we go. Let me show you this other one. Let me see. We did that one. Here we go.
Betrayal. That's how families and neighbors are reacting to news of a man trusted to lead youth in a church as he faces dozens of child pornography charges in Hernando County. 10 Tampa Bay News reporter Eric Glasser spoke with them after the sheriff announced these allegations.
Girl, John Paul, JP, I'm going to say it again, Erica. I do believe he killed Micah. I have lots of videos on him and Micah. I do believe he had a hand in unaliving Micah. Again, there is no way Micah is going to drive out to some place and don't know where she's at, but she's in a national park, a state park, but she looked for directions and she wanted to call 911 so her family would know where she's at. When I know she knew how to drop a pin. She's done it before. So you're going to get a gun, step in the water, put everything in a Ziploc bag, and you hear it on the 911 call. They're asking her where she's at, and she doesn't know, but you can clearly hear someone whispering standing next to her. And you get in the water, shoot yourself, and I mean, pew, pew, and then the gun goes in the water. I don't believe that for a second. His daddy is a pedo. He's a womanizer, a woman abuser. He beat his first wife. His son is a woman abuser. His daddy is a pedo and a woman abuser. So, yeah, I think they're guilty.
Trusted as a spiritual guide for young people in his church, 28-year-old Jordan Joseph Williams now faces 35 counts of possessing child pornography.
And unfortunately, he is the youth leader, or one of the youth leaders, at Vine Life Church in downtown Brooksville.
Sheriff Al Nienhuis says a 3-month investigation led deputies to Williams' home on Argyle Drive near Brooksville, where they...
Why does it take 3 months before you arrest somebody? Once you get this information, I wouldn't leave that person out on the streets to continue doing what they're doing.
Confiscated videos and images showing children ranging from toddlers to teens.
Now, we do have absolutely zero indication that there are any...
But the wife he's married to now is the woman who he was counseling with her husband, who was a quadriplegic after an accident, who accidentally fell in the pool on Labor Day, which he was there all the time in the mornings. For some reason, his wheelchair didn't stop that morning and he drowned. Yeah, right. Okay, got you. What's her name? Suzanne, whatever her name is.
Victims here in Hernando County, that obviously if you have interacted with that individual, we certainly wanted to get that information out, and in case somebody might have some information.
That increased concern stems from Williams' role as a youth leader in the church. Neighbors agreed, calling it a troubling betrayal of trust.
You have to talk to the kids, and you just try and see how far things went, if they went anywhere other than just pictures.
That's the one place where the Lord served you and you trust in the Lord, and
the Lord serves you or you serve the Lord. So the Lord serves you or you serve the Lord. Which one is it, girl?
You're a worshiper, and that's what you go there for. You don't go there for that kind of singing, like that.
That same sense of betrayal and uneasiness was echoed by parents who live near Williams' home.
And it makes me scared as a father to my daughter to have my kids play around this neighborhood or anything like that. It makes me, on edge that I always have to be with my daughter. And I do not like that idea that I can't just leave her to be a kid.
Vine Life Church is closed on Fridays, but we have reached out to the lead pastor about what their plans are moving forward and the delicate but necessary conversations members will now likely have to have with their children. In Brooksville, Eric Lasser, 10 Tampa Bay News.
Again, investigators say there is no evidence of any local children being involved here, but they are urging anyone who's had contact with Williams to talk with your kids and then report anything that's of concern to you.
This is now former Associate Pastor Nathan Wayne Walker. Court documents state Walker is a youth pastor. Church leadership at Crossbridge Christian Church in Northwest Harris County.
Nathan Wayne Walker.
A pastor of an evangelical Christian church in Nampa faces a slew of charges after he was arrested for sexual exploitation of a child. And according to court records, 53-year-old Matthew Mashevich made his first court appearance in Kenya.
I showed that the other morning, Janet 11. I showed it the other morning. She did it on a live video. And the family got there and jumped in the pool and saved all of them. And now she's facing charges. Yes, I showed that when I went live. Oh, damn. Was it Thursday? Wednesday?
County yesterday. He's accused of having multiple photos of child pornography, and some of them were even AI generated. Investigators say that he had those pictures on his phone and his computer at the church Sovereign Grace Fellowship.
He looks like Nathan, don't he? They all look alike. They all look alike. It's sad when you see somebody that look like that, you're looking at them like, are you a pedo too? Child sexual exploitative material promotes, publishes, finances, offers, advertises. Sexual exploitation of a child. Distribution of child pornography. Exploitative material possession child.
Court documents show that a complaint was filed in March of this year. Then in August, the Idaho Crimes Against Children was alerted that 6 files of child pornography were sent over an online messaging app, tracing back to his IP address. And during his arrest, he initially denied knowing the account, then put his hands behind his back saying, quote, "I'm going to own this." The judge overseeing the case had this to say in court.
This is somebody who's locally a pastor. He is in a position of trust.
I did that one, and I did the one with the judge in South Carolina that had all the child pornography on it. He's the same one that was being so nice to Dylan Ruth. I also put up a short on that judge as well.
This has been going on for months. The images are horrific as described. This is not a situation where he should be getting out under any circumstance, really.
Misovich is charged with 13 counts of sexual exploitation.
Misovich. I said Misovich. Misovich is his name. Matthew Stefan Misovich.
A child and faces $2 million bail. A no contact order will also be issued for all minor children excluding his 17-year-old son. We did reach out to the Sovereign Grace Fellowship Church, but have not heard back yet. His next hearing is set for October 7th.
Now, we have all of these. Okay, let's just stop. We have all of these people that are abusing children. Now, I wanted to show you this one.
The nation's former top cop was indicted after President Trump publicly...
Because according to Trump, and I want you to listen to this clearly, he lied. He also fired Comey's daughter, who was the prosecutor on the P. Diddy trial. She was fired just because she's James Comey's daughter. I want you to listen to this.
Called for prosecutors to charge him. Former FBI Director James Comey faces 2 counts, making a false statement and obstruction of Congress for his testimony 5 years ago on Capitol Hill.
I can only speak to my testimony.
About whether he authorized leaking information to the media. The president celebrated the charges.
It's about justice, really. It's not revenge. He's a dirty cop. He's always been a dirty cop. I think there'll be others. I mean, they're corrupt.
Trump
now, he said it's not about... But he said when he was going to get everybody involved in January 9th. He tried to get New York to prosecute Letitia Thomas, Adams, whatever her name is. They said, hell no. So now he's put in a special prosecutor. This isn't about revenge. This is about justice.
Back on a question about politicizing the Justice Department.
They did it with me for 4 years. They went after me.
This isn't about revenge, but they went after him for 4 years. It's not about revenge. It's about justice.
After me for 4 years.
Last week, the president posted on social media.
Look what he says. I have reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that essentially same old story as last time. All talk, no action. Nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Schiff, Letitia? I told you. They're all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done. Then we almost put in a Democrat-supported U.S. attorney in Virginia with really bad Republican past, a woke rhino who was never going to do his job. That's why 2 of the worst Dem senators pushed him so hard. He even lied to the media and said he quit, and we had no case. No, I fired him, and there is a great case, and many lawyers and legal prudence say so. Lindsay Halligan is a really good lawyer and likes you a lot. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times. This isn't about revenge. This is about justice, according to Trump.
That Comey and other political opponents should face charges. He then forced out the federal prosecutor in Virginia, who was not plowing ahead with the case against Comey, installed his own White House aide, Lindsay Halligan, as the new U.S. attorney in Virginia, who then signed charging papers.
You can bet your bottom dollar that the first motion Comey and his attorneys will be making is one for a selective and vindictive prosecution, and they've got the evidence there in the form of that Truth Social tweet.
Comey responded to the charges in a video message.
I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
He faces a judge October 9th. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
So, I mean, you tell me.
We begin tonight with...
Is this about justice or is it about revenge? Is it justice or is it revenge? Because when you read that tweet, it's all about revenge. It's not about justice. He wants payback. Now he's threatening, what is it, ABC and Jimmy Kimmel. This shit is crazy. But let's do this one, and then we're going to talk about Milam being executed.
Forced labor, terror through text messages, denied food and sleep, all to support a luxury lifestyle.
So let me just stop this here. So as I said, Drea was supposed to be setting me up a call center, and I see she's not here right now. So I'm gonna have to really get with my mod, because she's supposed to be setting up a call center, because I need every single one of you to finance my lifestyle. Although I'm going to say it's in the name of the church, but I'm going to need you to finance my lifestyle. And I want you to pay attention, because this is the book that I'm going to follow.
It's the case the U.S. attorney is building against a Taylor man and his business partner.
They have some significantly strong evidence.
Tonight, we do a deep dive, uncovering new details about the case against 2 church leaders accused of operating a multi-state forced labor and money laundering scheme.
David Taylor and Michelle Brannon are the leaders of Kingdom of God Global Church, formerly known as Joshua Media Ministries.
It's Kingdom of God. Our church is called the Church of Everlasting Fulfillment.
A religious organization that was started in the metro area here in Detroit.
Noelle Friel, one of the investigators here at Local 4, has been going through new court documents. Noelle, what did you find out?
Yeah, we've learned that this case is now going forward. Michelle Brannon is here and has made her first initial appearance in court. David Taylor is now awaiting extradition. He was arrested in North Carolina. Outlined in these new court documents is why prosecutors argue they're a danger to the community. Now it will be up to a judge to decide if they'll be held without bond as they await trial.
Exactly.
The case against 53-year-old David Taylor and 56-year-old Michelle Brannon exposed during a multi-state raid the morning of August 27th.
This conduct apparently spanned across several states.
The FBI raided the church's properties in Florida, Texas, and Missouri. A sprawling mansion in a high-end neighborhood of Tampa. A 10,000 square foot property outside of St. Louis, formerly owned by the rapper Nelly. A former hotel in Houston converted into a massive campus. And this property on Superior Road in Taylor, where investigators say it all started.
This U.S. Attorney's Office picked this case up because the victims may also be here as well.
Behind the doors of glamorous multi-million-dollar mansions, federal investigators describe a harrowing human trafficking operation.
I'll tell you guys, so you see the home, you guys are welcome to come visit, but you have to call first, okay? This is the lifestyle that I expect everybody to pay for. Not only that, but I'm gonna need you to pay my light bill, my water bill, my gas bill, my lawn service. I'm gonna need you to get me, I'm gonna need you to be able to have my pool clean all the time. And I want you to see the cars and everything that they purchased with funds that were raised through the call center to support his lifestyle.
disguised as a church ministry. According to the federal indictment, church members were forced to work in call centers without pay, sometimes more than 20 hours per day, sometimes deprived of food, sleep, and medical care. Text messages outlined in the indictment against David Taylor and Michelle Brannon paint a chilling picture of the abuse endured by the alleged victims being forced to work in the ministry's call centers. One message allegedly sent from Taylor.
They're saying force. I guess because they're saying the messages are proving that they were threatened. They threatened their families. If they didn't do what they were supposed to be doing, they were either abused physically or emotionally. Again, if you're being held and you can't leave a property because you're working on that property and they're not letting you leave, I guess that's force, Wendy. That's what it could be.
To a church member reads, "Nobody gets lunch or dinner. You're going to press for another 5 hours. Make sure no one eats until these numbers change." Taylor threatens to make call center workers stay up until 4 a.m. In another message, he threatens to put workers on a regimen of only peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly. Now, that can sustain you. It definitely can. But this shit is crazy.
Members who didn't comply were allegedly punished with physical and verbal abuse called rebukings that could last hours. The indictment states victims were punished if they didn't meet Taylor's donation quotas.
That's not the spirit of Christ, that you have to follow me. You have to be a part of my church or else you're defying God. It really is. Those are the markings of a cult.
Revealed in court documents, they forbade relationships and punished workers for disobeying this rule, isolated workers from the outside world by breaking up marriages and other relationships. David John says his family member started to lose contact with family.
It's like Jim Jones. My sister's ex lost a lot of family members that joined that Jim Jones cult. That's what I'm saying. But a lot of people, that's all they have. And I don't know if these were homeless people. See, I don't know what type of people they had there. And they're not saying. We don't know if these people had disabilities. We don't know if this is all they have. We don't know. But when you join, look at all these people that joined Jim Jones. And they drank that fucking Kool-Aid. Either they drank it voluntarily or they were forced to take it by being locked in that building and not being allowed to leave. Exactly, Just Beetle. So this is crazy.
After joining Taylor's church.
It should have really created more concern and more of an alarm that there's this large amount of time where they're not all of a sudden not communicating.
We discovered in new court documents approximately $50 million in donations since 2014.
$50 million.
None of those millions used for the church. Instead, prosecutors say it paid for Taylor and Brannon's luxury lifestyle. Look at this list.
Let's stop this list. Mercedes-Benz 421 2018, $63,195. Bentley Continental, $70,000 down payment. Crown Line boat, $105,000. Bentley Continental, $15,000 down payment. A Bentley Mulsanne, $50,000 down payment. 3 Mercedes-Benz, 14, 13, 12. 5 ATVs, $31,000. 2 jet skis, one jet ski trailer, St. Louis Power Sports, $24,000. 2 jet skis, 1 jet ski trailer, Hauser Pro Motorsports, $24,000. 125 pounds of super colossal red king crab legs, 6 seafood shears, and 30 crab cutters, $10,000. A Rolls Royce, $123,000 lease signing payment. Bulletproof automotive. So you got to get your cars bulletproof. $33,000, and the list goes on and on, but this is hiding it.
Indictment, expensive cars, ATVs, even 125 pounds.
You know, but the separation of church and state. Do you know you don't pay taxes? What the fuck? Are we kidding?
Pounds of king crab legs.
The government's going to try to seize all that.
In court documents,
they can't seize the king crab legs that ate them. Now you can seize the other shit, but the king crab legs are gone. Jim and Tammy Faye Baker. I have sinned. I have sinned. Oh my God. And what's the one that he was having the affair with? What's her name? I forgot.
Investigators at Local 4 uncovered Taylor threatened authorities before his arrest, even identifying the Michigan Attorney General in a meeting with workers, telling his followers, God will kill officials. Former U.S. Attorney Matthew Schneider says federal prosecutors have crucial pieces of evidence that will help their case if it goes to trial.
Number one, they have the text messages from the defendants talking about the crime. That's always some of the best evidence. Number two, they have the victims' statements themselves. At least 8 victims are named by number in this charge, and so they could come forward. And then finally, you have what all juries hate. People taking money and spending it on themselves.
And in new court filings, Brandon's attorneys argue for her to be given bond, claiming she was another victim under Taylor's control and saying she suffered a cardiac event while in custody and underwent
the court video I mentioned above. Hold on a second. Pick up the court video you mentioned above. The IRS versus David Taylor court video. Okay. All right.
Surgery. She'll be back in court next week for a hearing where the judge will make the final decision. We have all the new court documents in this story at clickondetroit.com.
Jessica Hahn.
Noel, before you go, so you said the next hearing is next week, Tuesday. What charges do they both face?
That's right. They're both facing conspiracy to commit money laundering, forced labor, and conspiracy to commit forced labor. Anyone with more information on this case is asked to contact the FBI. And the investigators at Local 4 will continue to follow this case. If you have something you'd like me to investigate, you can reach out to me directly at nfriel@wdiv.com.
Okay, Noel.
So was the mayor of Washington, D.C.
Oh, we appreciate your reporting on this. Thank you. Keep us posted.
I'm serious. Marion Barry, when he was caught at that hotel off of, oh my God, what's the name of the street? I was on my way home and it was all this activity over there, right? By the time I get home, it's all on the news. Marion Barry caught in a hotel room smoking crack, and all you think you hear is, the bitch set me up. The bitch set me up. No. I'm going to have to go look at that. Girl, I couldn't remember her name, but I know she was a tall, Jessica Hahn. No, I was laughing my ass off. He went, did his, and Marion Barry got reelected all over again. But I know it was an Anacostia Bridge. I was on my way home out of D.C. I was coming from class, as a matter of fact. I had a class that evening. And I'm looking, I'm like, what the hell? Because it's not too far from the old Washington Post building. Not the one they have downtown on 7th. Well, the one they had on 17th and K. It was an old plant where they were, where the papers would run and everything. And I happened to look, I'm going across the bridge, the Anacostia Bridge. I looked and I said, what are all these cops on? And it wasn't even funny. It took me like another 10, 12 minutes to get home. And I was shocked. But Effie, you know, they had a marriage of convenience because Effie liked women. She liked women. Effie liked women. He was a womanizer. She liked women. He was a crackhead. Marion Barry was a crackhead. Okay.
The nation's former top cop was indicted after President Trump publicly called for prosecutors to charge him. Former FBI director.
Hold on. So we begin tonight with this one. So this is about Milam, okay? So let me tell you, he was executed. I remember this case because I was in Texas at the time, okay? Milam and the girlfriend. The baby, I think, was like 13 months old. And they beat this child to death. But they're trying to say that the child had fallen. but they beat this baby with a hammer, okay? Him and a girlfriend beat the baby with a hammer because they said, and this was like over 30 or 35 hours. They beat her, they strangled her, and mutilated her. I remember this one. And then he says that they were trying to get the demon out of her. Okay? He was executed. Now they were trying to say, they were doing the appeals, trying to say that the girlfriend is the one that really did it. And then they tried to say that he was mentally, he had autism and he had disabilities and stuff like that. But he was executed. Now, the other guy that's set to go to be executed in October, this case has really intrigued me for the longest. His name is Robert Robertson. Robert Robinson is his name. They found him guilty on shaken baby syndrome, okay? But here's the problem with this. This little girl was having issues. Her fever was up. Like when he took her to the doctor, it was like 103. Then it went to 104. They put her on this medication that suppresses breathing, okay? They found him guilty of shaken baby syndrome. Now, the one of the doctors that testified during Robert Robertson's trial recanted his testimony because he wasn't given what was going on with this child. This man was running his daughter back and forth to the doctors, and they gave her, I forgot, it starts with a P, this drug, and sent her home with a fever the last time of 104.5. Okay? They're saying that it was shaken baby syndrome. I have never believed that when I looked at the transcripts of that trial, when I looked at the evidence. Now, the higher courts are reviewing his conviction, but the state of Texas, even knowing that this is sitting in front of a higher court, they set his execution date in July for October 16th. They set. And then during this time, during this testimony, supposedly a nurse claimed that there was sexual abuse in the case, while none of that was found during the autopsy. I'm just like, this case has really bothered me because there is so much to say. Hey, this is wrong. Just like the young black guy that was executed in, but what, 4 months later, he was exonerated post whatever it is, after he was dead. I don't believe this man did anything to his child. And I really do. I don't like people that abuse kids or elderly, but I don't believe he did anything to that child at all.
The story reigniting debate across Texas. Blaine Milam, the East Texas man convicted in the horrific death of a toddler more than a decade ago, has been executed. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Brennan Gurley. The 35-year-old was put to death by lethal injection in Huntsville. Milam was pronounced dead at 6:40 tonight. His case stirred protests outside the prison and raised renewed questions about the death penalty and criminal justice. CBS 19's Jesus Martinez takes a closer look tonight at Milam's final moments in the controversy that never went away.
And may I say, the girlfriend got life in prison. He received the death penalty. He's dead now. She has life in prison. But when it comes to Robert Robinson, look up his case, look at the evidence, look at the doctor that recanted. He was only going by what the police was saying. When they did the autopsy on that baby, there was no sexual abuse. There was none of that. So I don't believe that for a second.
After years of legal challenges, Blaine Milam became the 5th person in Texas to die of execution this year and the first from Rusk County.
Casey.
As protesters stood outside the Huntsville unit,
Blaine did nothing to that child.
the clock ran out for Blaine Milam.
He was convicted of the capital murder and sentenced to death for the December 2008 murder of his girlfriend's 13-month-old daughter.
Last-minute appeals to the Texas Board of Pardons and Parole and the U.S. Supreme Court failed this week.
The appeals that were filed clearly explain that the mother of the little girl that was horribly murdered was the one responsible.
But the courts did not see it that way. Rusk County District Attorney Michael Jimerson witnessed the execution.
Meanwhile, Amora's unspoken plea for justice has reached a crescendo that endless appeals no longer silence.
The legal injection began at 6:19 p.m. In his final statement, Blaine Milam thanked his supporters and the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for helping him find his faith. His last words,
That's what I was looking
bring
for.
me home, Jesus.
Sophie, thank you. I heard her say that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I said I had to find it. It shiz happens. Thank you.
Inside the viewing chamber, Amora Carson's family stood solemnly.
We will never know what Amora would have contributed to our world.
The next scheduled execution here in Huntsville is for Robert Robertson. He's also from East Texas, and both of these cases with Blaine and Robert Robertson have very similar overlaps. Both defenders saying that both are intellectually disabled and constitutionally cannot be executed, and both defense lawyers also saying that their cases are built on junk science.
And what with Robert Robinson's case, it is junk science. I'm telling you guys, that man did not kill his daughter. He was in a custody with the grandparents. I don't know where the wife was or the mother of the child. They've never, but I know the grandparents, and they called him because the little girl was sick. She wouldn't sleep, wouldn't do anything. Little girl was sick. Grandparents called him and told him to come pick up, what was her name? Nikki. To come pick Nikki up. He went, picked her up, and took her straight to the emergency room. The next night, same thing. He took her back. They kept sending her home, but they gave her a drug. It starts with a P. I can't remember the name of it, but that suppresses breathing. That man had no history of violence. He always took care of that little girl. And I think they need to put that execution on hold until the higher courts. But hopefully the higher courts will be forced to come. I don't think he killed that little girl at all. At all. Never did, never, and never will. You have to read everything. They lied. They really lied. This happened about an hour.
We begin with breaking news out of North Carolina tonight, where 3 people have been killed and 8 others injured in a shooting at a waterfront bar in the city of Southport. A spokesperson with the city says someone on a boat coming up Cape opened fire on the American Fish Company. A person of interest was being questioned. Now, in a Facebook post, the city told residents to avoid the area and stay in their homes.
Yet another American mass shooting.
Another shooting. But again, I'm going to do the case of Robert Robertson, because I don't believe, to this day, I don't believe that man. I think that might be it, Just Beto. I'm going to have to find it. I'm going to have to find the court documents, because I remember I was all into that before when I heard about it. Because at first I was like, he should be put to death. He should. But then when he did his appeal, I know what it is. When they did her autopsy, they found, I think it's for Phenergan, Phen. Hold on. Let me go look it up. Phen. Hold on. I'm going to tell you what it is. Hold on. I'm going to tell you what it is. Phen. 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 Ergan. Flanagan. And then now the FDA is saying it should not be given to to kids. They said this is antihistamine. Oh, that's the same shit I had for my COVID. For my C19. It's another word for promethazine. Okay. Because they said the baby had been vomiting. She had diarrhea. She had I forgot what else it was, but they weren't supposed to give it to the kid. The FDA has put a black label warning. This medicine should not, that's what it is, should not be given to kids. When they did her autopsy, they found that stuff still in her system. It was still in her system. They didn't find that until they did a second autopsy on that baby. Because the medical examiner that did the first autopsy never did the test for that. So they were going with shaken baby syndrome. Let me see, can I find Robert Robertson? Hold on. Let me see, can I find it? And I'm going to drop the link, and then I'm going to pull the court documents. Robert Robertson case. There it is. Damn. And you know what? AI scares me. AI scares the fuck out of me because I'm talking about it, and the Innocent Project has taken his case. Okay. Let me see. I need to get, how do I get the link? Okay. The Innocent Project has taken his case, and hold on. Here we go. I'm going to drop the link. But the Innocent Project has taken his case. There it is right there. I don't believe that man killed his daughter. I don't believe it was shaken baby syndrome. But you can look it up and start looking at all this stuff. But I don't think he did any, because if you're going to kill your child, why are you running her back and forth to the emergency room? Why are they sending this child home? One time they sent her home with a fever of 103. The next time it was 104 or something like, this is a baby, a toddler. And if you're thinking this man is abusing this child, why didn't you call the police? Why didn't you take this baby from this child? Why didn't the grandparents who were sharing custody of this child call the police if they thought something was going on? But instead you called the daddy and tell him to come pick up the child. I remember that case. I remember that case so well. When I heard them mention it, I said, oh my God. I said, that's the guy that they said this shaken baby syndrome. No, he didn't. I don't believe that at all. And I want you to look at it for yourself. You can get to your own conclusion. I don't believe he did that at all. And then I had one for you. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Before we get out of here, I wanted to show you this. I am so sorry. I definitely want to show you this one because this threw me for a loop. Hold on. Let me do this for you real quick. Yeah, the medical examiner failed. The whole system failed. The whole system failed. Okay? Failed. Let's look at this real quick and then I'm going to go.
It's been more than a week since state police arrested an Armstrong County mother after allegedly finding the bodies of 4 babies inside her home. State police say their investigation began when she was evicted and her landlord found something unsettling. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Josh Taylor in for Ken Wright.
Exactly. And if they thought that child was being abused, just Beetle, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to notify the police. But instead, they kept sending that baby home. She had nausea. She had diarrhea. I think they said that she had became lethargic for a while. Yeah, But that's what they did. And they're not taking accountability.
Tonight, that landlord is speaking out about that disturbing discovery. KDKA's Jennifer Barrasso has been digging into the case since the beginning and has the story you'll see only on KDKA.
Yeah, and a KDKA exclusive, Jessica Mothy's landlord took us inside the home and showed us where his worker found a suspicious bag in a bedroom closet. Both of them asking tonight, why would a mom of two do this? What led you to this closet?
So my guy David here, he was working. He said there was a bag there that smelled bad. He drug it out to the steps here. We brought it outside. Just started opening up the bags. And
Was it hidden under anything?
no, just a lot of garbage. About 4 or 5 garbage bags.
What were you expecting when you saw that?
Nothing good.
Inside this home on Oak Avenue in Cadogan, Armstrong County, landlord Brent Flanagan exclusively showed KDKA the bedroom closet where a dead infant was found wrapped in towels and garbage bags. He says his worker, Jesus Martins, was cleaning up when he noticed something suspicious on the floor under a blanket and a horrible smell. And can you describe the smell?
Just decay, nasty. It was overwhelming. Whenever we moved the bag, it was just overwhelming, overpowering. You know, so that's why we took it outside and we opened it up. And
he used a knife to cut through thick garbage bags, and then there were towels and a baby's decayed body.
I thought it was a baby.
I can't imagine what you thought at that point.
I'm just glad it didn't get overlooked. That way, you know, she's going to end up in jail where she belongs.
Flanagan called police and the case busted open. KDKA first reported state police found 3 more dead babies. Sources tell me in totes in the attic. Police say Mothy admitted to giving birth to some of the babies. They say she grew up in this home and assumed the lease after her dad died. She was living here with her 2 young boys. Her husband is in jail, and she was working as a cook at a nearby restaurant about 50 hours a week.
Crazy. It's crazy. Somebody still had to have known, right?
That's what you believe, that it was just hard to...
Yeah, how do you get pregnant 4 times and nobody noticed it?
Flanagan says she didn't seem to care when he evicted her after about a year of not paying rent.
A year?
Usually a church or charity or somebody would pay her rent. And then apparently she just burned every bridge and nobody would pay her rent anymore, and I had to get her out.
The mom left behind 3 cats and her belongings when she was arrested.
Oh my God.
Looking back, Flanagan realizes how nothing may have come to light if it wasn't for his alert worker.
It's unfortunate. She doesn't deserve to even, she doesn't deserve to even be a parent.
He's good looking.
Because there's a lot of people who want to have kids, and she's not, she just obviously doesn't care.
Kids.
I recently talked to Jessica Mothy's roommate over the phone. She told me that she lived with her for about 6 months, and that she was homeless and that she needed a place to stay, and that Mothy didn't have a car and that she needed help with babysitting. Now, she told me she knew nothing about Mothy being pregnant, and she knew nothing about those babies, those dead babies inside of the home. I reached out to the Armstrong County coroner. He tells me that the 4 autopsies are not complete. They are waiting for toxicology reports to come back. Reporting in Armstrong County, Jennifer Barrasso, KDK TV News.
Jennifer. Okay, so that was kind of rough. Okay, so we're gonna go out with one of my favorite guys on the TikToks, and I want you to let me see, where is he? All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. He's explaining.
I had to be gay for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes.
Just to prove that I was a man. And a lot of y'all look at me like, how is that possible? Well, let me explain myself. I was in the shoe store buying some sneakers, and this guy walks over to me and said, hey man, there's some nice sneakers. Where'd you get them from? And without even thinking about it, I told him where I got my sneakers from, and we chopped it up. And then after we get through talking, this guy walks over and puts his arm around the guy that I was talking to. And he whispers to me, get the hell away from my man. You get your own man. Now, nobody in the store heard him say that to me, and I should have been like, you know what, man, go on about your business. But pride was like, don't let him talk to you like that. You speak up for yourself. And I was like, yeah, you right, Pride. I should say something. So I said the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, hold up, nigga. I'll take him. If I want him. But that's not what I should have said, because nobody in the store heard them being gay. They only heard me being gay. And I had to try to explain to everybody in the store they were gay first. I was just trying to out-gay them. I ain't even...
I'm sorry. He is too funny. Oh my God. Okay, so I have to go watch some videos. Sophie, you let me know when we want to do this live on Frauditor. Louisiana High Ride. How are you, Paula? Nice to see you. Oh, Jen, I want to tell you. When Muggsy said he was going to give you $100 to take Clint out to dinner, go out to dinner, he was just joking. He wanted to get your attention, because I'm going to tell you again, you see this clicking? You see this? Just putting up comments on the screen and not reading them and not responding to them. That's not paying attention to your chat. Okay? That's what you do. That's what you do. I know you said you want to change. I know you said that you're going to take, but just doing this, clicking, just putting up comments. That's not paying attention to your chat. You see how I go through, and Aesop's came in. She said, good morning. I read what Janet motherfucking Z said. I read what Sophie said. I put it on the screen and I read it. You know, she has the video for me. I'm going to go look at it. I read Just Beatles. I read Petty, but I didn't put Petty's on the screen. Petty said, I'm truly not in favor of the death penalty. One botched case is too many when your life is the penalty. And that is so true. So when you're engaging with your chat, you don't click. You don't be clicking, just putting up stuff, okay? I told you that before. Read your comments. Respond to the people in your chat. I'm going to do Platteville. Nope, I'm going to do Platteville. So here's the thing, Wendy. Should I do both of them together? Because the season finale is this week. And to be honest, last week's Platteville, it was good. But the only thing I got from it, you know, they were talking to Veronica. And Veronica was, you know, she thought that they were going to be coming down on Isaac for punching Micah. I found it quite interesting that this woman is so self-absorbed that she doesn't realize she's caused all of this. And I think when Ethan was speaking and how she lied and said that she didn't have her phone when they were asking her to show the OnlyFans, she goes, I will when I get my phone. And then something else was said and she pulled out her phone. Now, they're telling her, show us the OnlyFans right now. Do two different ones? Okay, so I'll probably do that one today. Let me get with Debbie, and because to me that one didn't really. That's like 15 minutes of a recap, but when she pulled out her phone, you saw then she was a liar. Okay, I thought Ethan, and God, I hate to say this, was pretty calm when he was talking to Veronica about what she's done. And then she's trying to tell Kim that Kim used her for her time. And then Kim pulled out her phone and showed her how many times she's tried to reach out to her. Mariah comes in and sits down, and she's just sitting there wrapped up. But the whole situation to me is Veronica not taking accountability for her actions. She is so self-absorbed, it's not even funny. Yep, show the receipts. Even then, she couldn't show them. And then, just like Micah said, It was clickbait. It was clickbait. And then I didn't like the fact they had Cassie come in there and sit down. Cassie is 15 years old. 15. Why are you going to involve Cassie in that? And then when Ethan goes over, I'm going all over the place. But when Ethan is telling Mariah that don't let Veronica use her because she's trying, and he was right. Yeah, and I can see that Micah is tenderhearted. I'm going to have to look at Sarah Fraser. But, I started feeling sorry for him. I get it. He cheated. Okay, but if you forgave that man for cheating, you don't keep throwing it up every time you get a chance, especially on camera. She does nothing but embarrass him. But his family is not the best either. Yep, Cassie. That's the one that she trauma dumped on. Hi, Habanera. I didn't see you, sweetie. Flowers to you. But again, I really don't believe that Veronica could accept. And I still keep going back to when they were taking the family pictures at the wedding. When she said, if they get into pictures, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to knock them. Because why are you jealous? Because everybody likes Ethan's girlfriend? Because nobody's really met Tegan. They just met her. Why? Because everybody likes Kaylin, Isaac's girlfriend? Because they try to get to know people. But you're going by Olivia's relationship with Kim, Barry, Ethan, Mariah started all of that. She confessed to that. But again, you don't see that you've caused all of this. And when Ethan said, when Isaac said that Micah body slammed him, at first it started off as play fighting. And then Isaac got upset and took out his elbow is what bust him in the nose and the lip. He took out his aggression for all the shit that was done. And then you're asking her, why would you sit there and call Kaylin a slut when Isaac is walking down the driveway with Kaylin holding her hand? You knew it couldn't be Tegan. She knew that. Oh, it's Amber. It's the one. I'm sorry. Amber came into the room, not Cassie. It's the one who stayed with them and who came into this convo since I thought she was 15 at the time when they filmed this. Because when they show her, they say 15. But okay. Hi, avoiding eye contact. How are you? Yeah, Olivia said they're not friends. She said that Veronica has a mental issue. Yeah, I knew who you were talking about. They're not friends. No, I get that. But the thing is, and then with Barry, they keep showing the flashbacks of but Barry and talking about the first. I'm sorry. I get it. Your daughter's 20. How old is Lydia? 20? 20. And you don't talk to your daughter like that. You don't sit there and get all excited about the first and about all of this. And when Ethan was saying how they were in the back seat and their teeth were chattering, okay, this is a first. Next thing you know, they already in Europe. This family irks me. She can't tell those two girls apart yet. Knows for certain other one was on or off. I'm telling you, I can't tell them apart. Okay, Cassie is the one that has the eyes. She's the one that has the eyes that got messed up. Amber is the one that stood next to Lydia for the wedding. So Cassie's the one whose eyes got messed up. Cassie's got the eyes. But again, I still don't think she should have been involved in that conversation. But I think them sitting there talking to Veronica and calling out her lies and everything she's done. But she just knew that they were going to be going after after Isaac. No, girl. The way Micah treated you when you got there, you should have known it was about you. Yes, that was disgusting. My dad, it has never talked like that around me, ever. Or my brothers, never talk like that around any of us girls. I don't know if they talk like that with their nephews. I have no idea, but I've never heard that. Ooh, yes. Yes. But again, this whole situation, and I hear that Lydia is now pregnant. Is that true? I think I heard Lydia is pregnant now. But it's just, well, first time getting it, she had to keep getting it. And if they didn't know but birth control and shit like that, she was only interested in one cause and two corrective surgery show. Yeah, she was on the phone trying to get a hold of a plastic surgeon because she's worried about Micah's face. Girl, look at yourself. I think she's jealous of Kaylin. I think she's jealous of Tegan, but we know Ethan and Tegan are no. Well, as of last week, or a week and a half ago, they weren't following each other. They had broken up. Who knows what brings this week? Ooh, don't know. Don't know, Marcia E. Have no idea. Since Veronica knows everything now, where will she be in 10 to 20 years from now? Sweets and beyond. I heard Isaac's girl. So, okay, so is it Isaac's girlfriend or is it Lydia? Lydia's 21. Thank you, Sweets. So Isaac, okay, I'm going to have to look. I'm going to have to look and see what's going on. I will have to look. He was taking selfies and smiling. His nose wasn't bad at all. But when she said underage drinking, so let me ask you guys a question. When they were at the table making the toast and Amber was next to them, did Amber have champagne in her glass? I know Isaac was drinking. Was Amber's stuff in her glass the same? I swore it was the same color as everybody else. Was Amber drinking? Is that what she meant? So Kaylin is pregnant. So is that what she meant, that it was underage drinking? Neither are pregnant. Sarah Fraser would be reporting if they were. Thank you. Thank you, Wendy. I haven't watched Sarah Fraser in so long. Is she still on IG? Or is she on TikTok too? Because I don't really go on IG that much. I have to remember to check my messages on IG. Because when she said underage drinking, and I know when they were doing the toast, and it didn't look like sparkling cider to me. But if you don't want to participate in, as she said, in all the hillbilly activities, what the fuck were you doing there? You didn't need to be there. I think you hampered Micah enjoying his sister's wedding. That's it. I think you put a damper. Micah is so concerned about you enjoying and getting involved in the activities. And then you up and leave when they were out there seeing Lydia off. You a piece of shit, girl. Veronica, you are a total piece of shit. I used to feel sorry for you. Then I started paying attention to the shit you were doing. You're insecure. She meant Isaac. She'll do anything to find shame. It's just sad. It's sad. But then you're talking about Kim, and then the only thing you're talking about is Kim used you for your time. What time? Kim pulled out her phone and showed you how many times she reached out, and to tell you that she was going to make arrangements for you and Micah. Exactly, she did, Marcia. And she did tell that to the therapist. She did. She is. She's a Debbie Downer. Then we were inside eating pizza because she didn't want to be sitting. Yes. She didn't want to be sitting down. See, that's what I'm saying. Micah could not even enjoy his sister's wedding. because of her. Did you see Kim was sitting? Yes, I saw Kim sitting. Matter of fact, I showed the picture when I covered them last week, I think. Last week. I showed the picture of Kim sitting next to Kim looking like I don't know, he looked bloated. He looked like a drunk. Micah will regret not being there for his sister. I think he already does. Did anybody pay attention that when she got there with his coffee, he turned over, he didn't want to talk. And then she was upset because Micah was on a cot while Isaac and his girlfriend was sleeping in a bed. Girl, who cares? And why do you have Micah's phone where you can track? Oh, I forgot, because Micah gave you access to everything. Yeah, he did. He threw that nameplate. Yes. No, that's okay, Wendy. That's okay. That's okay. But the whole thing, and everybody was happy. And I'm trying to think, why is Barry happy that he gave, but he was happy to give Lydia away. Their father and daughter dance, I think, was just gorgeous. Sorry, getting up. He feels so guilty about cheating and hasn't. Yes, he does. And he wants this to work, but it's not, Micah. It's time for you to, be like Michael. Run, Michael, run. Run, Micah, run, which is kind of late now. But now I'm sitting there going, she said she'd have moved like 3-4 times. TLC related, Platts related. Is she telling the truth? Is she telling the truth? Thank you. That was a mattress, but she said it was a cot. He's glad for her get away from this chaos and can save her by making her leave. Does Lydia's husband look alike? In a way, maybe by different facial expressions, Marsha E. But I think it might be just a bit. It could be the jawline. But Barry looking fine from the neck down. From the neck down. Yeah, because we ain't going up. We're talking about the neck down. But again, Veronica brought all of this on herself because we know what happened with Olivia. Mariah was telling all of them that Olivia lied on her mother when it's the truth that she was taking credit out in Ethan's name and all that stuff. That wasn't a lie. She admitted it. Micah said that they know what she did. So why are you still trying to say that Olivia was the one that was causing issues in your family when she didn't? You had issues with your mother when you married Olivia. You had issues then. So why are you trying to blame everything on Olivia? Now, this week, when Ethan meets Olivia at the place, this is going to be good. It's going to be good. Does Lydia's husband look okay? So I'm trying to think. I watched Real Housewives of Orange County, which I think it was just a bunch of bullshit with Tamra losing her temper. That again, I don't like Emily. I'm going to say it again. I think Emily is a piece of shit who causes all kind of issues but never says what she has to say. I think Heather is a fence rider. I don't care what anybody. I know Debbie loves Heather. I can't stand Heather. Yeah, but I want to see these police reports. If she had to make matter of fact, I think we can pull those. If she had to make all of these police reports and you had to move 3 or 4 times, I can't remember. I think she said 3 or 4 times. You had to do all of this, TLC related, Platt related. Girl, you said you were being stalked. Ethan ordered Mara to not to make up with her. And he was right on that one because he said she was trying to use her. He was right on that. I agree with Ethan on that. But the way he told her how meek her reaction was, you think they had a relationship? I don't know. None of her, but you know what, Sweets, they said her family has money. You love Emily? I don't. I don't care how many surgeries she has. She's still shaped like a linebacker. She should be on a football team. And if she gets, I'm glad this past episode she wasn't in that little black top with them big ass arms and shit. She looks like a fucking linebacker. And she's messy as fuck. You talk about Heather behind her back, but you sit there and when Heather asked her about, so what did you tell Katie when she said that? And she was like, she goes, I'm not sure, but I think I probably said something like, maybe you were scared of Tamara. No, bitch, that's not what you said. Oh, yeah, she was talking to her sister on the video call. Yep, she was. Was that her sister or was that her friend? No, it was her sister. When she was in the bathroom. When she was in the bathroom and Michael was recording her, putting on her makeup. Oh, that's why you like her, because she's a great shit stirrer. Okay. She's also a liar with no storyline. She looks like a linebacker. I'm sorry. And if they would have told the truth, they did tell Gretchen to get Slade on the phone. They did. Gretchen said, Slade has it. Get him on the phone. Get him on the phone. So they did. They kept stirring shit. So, yeah. That's why I like her. Okay, because she's a shit stirrer. I get you. And then for Shannon to talk about people are juvenile, I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up, you alcoholic. Just shut up. So I think, does the Real Housewives of Potomac start this week or next week? Because I'm going to be covering that. But I have not watched Miami yet. So tomorrow, Debbie and I will be live, and we will be discussing Happily Ever After. I think I'm caught up with The Other Way. We'll probably discuss that too. And we're going to discuss the season finale of The Real Housewives of Miami. That's why. See, I don't like Heather. I'm not Heather. Emily, I've never liked Emily. I don't like the way she speaks to her husband, Shane. I just don't like her. And this episode, I guess it was Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, because everybody was doing something with their fucking daughters. And then we see Eddie, who we know is being investigated. And is Eddie's hair blonde on the sides or what? Or was he just gray? I don't know. But we saw Eddie. We didn't see Ryan. We saw all the daughters. And I'm just like, what is it? Bring your daughter today? Bring your daughter to work day? Because it was just, yeah. But next week is going to be good, because then Tamara talks to them about them saying she can't be trusted. And then Heather goes, well, you always quitting. So I'm looking forward to seeing that too. Okay, what else is there? I think that's it. But let me see. What else happened? So when Veronica went back to the farmhouse, she took an Uber from 3 towns over. You know what, Drea? You're going to be fired because you haven't set up my call center yet. You haven't set up the call center so I can get $50 million in a span of 11 years, okay? You haven't set up my call center. I want to be just like Taylor. I'm not going to be Jim Jones, but I want to be like Taylor. You got to get the call center set up. You and Chantel are not doing your jobs, okay? Love you, girl. Not doing your job. Let me see. What else? I know Mari said she was visiting her family. I think that's it. But we got this. And thank you guys for being here. Drea fired. Wendy, don't talk to Drea. She fired. Drea is fired. I just haven't decided. No, I'm going to fine her. That's what I'm going to do. We need the $50 million. Hi, Darry D. How are you? Drea's my girl. Drea crazy. I want Drea to come up on panel with me, and she won't come up on panel so y'all can hear. But she'll come on panel on TikTok, but she won't come on panel on YouTube. And I played Family Feud last weekend, a weekend before last. But in order for us to play Family Feud, I would need people to come up on panel and have teams because it's so much fun to play Family Feud. So I really want to play Family Feud, but you have to come up on panel. You don't have to be on camera, but you would have to come up on camera come up on panel, pick your teams, and that way we can play Family Feud. I will let Tina know, sweetie. What is it, been a month now since I spoke to Tina or texted with Tina? It's been a month, but I'll let her know. I'll definitely let her know. Definitely let her know. She knows she's missed because she actually catches the replays. She can. Okay, so you're going to come up on panel? I'm telling you, Drea's crazy, but I want to play Family Feud, but you have to have a team. So you need 4 on each team, or you can do 3 on each team. But I need to have 2 teams to play Family Feud, and I think we can have fun playing Family Feud. It'll be so much fun. Let's see what else. I think that's it, guys. There's nothing going on with Lita. Aesop's. You're welcome, sweetie. But I'll definitely let her know. What else is there? Okay, Drea says she's gonna come up on panel. So Drea, when do you want to come up on panel? What? Oh, Veronica in the Uber. Thank you, Wendy. When she came back to the farmhouse, she was in an Uber and they were staying 3 towns over. It wasn't a taxi. She was in an Uber. So when she left that night, how did she leave? Did she call an Uber or did she take Micah's truck? She couldn't have. So that meant that she called an Uber to leave the family farm. See, these are all the questions that I have. She came back in an Uber that morning with the coffee. And then Kim was standing outside and she was saying that they need to get together. They all need to talk. She came in an Uber. They were staying 3 towns over. So when she left, she had to have called an Uber. I didn't know Ubers go out to all these rural places. Well, shit. Or maybe they wanted us to believe it was an Uber. It was probably production that took her out of there. I don't believe she called an Uber. Yep, exactly, Wendy. Because there is no way. No way. No way. I think it was production. Because the only time you're going to sit in the front of an Uber car in the front seat, if you've got passengers in the back, like 3, or if you have a van or an SUV where it can sit like 3 and then 2, and then if it's 6 of you, one of you guys are going to sit in the front. I've taken enough Ubers in Vegas to know. Okay, so I think it was production that they're trying to play us. So I don't think she took an Uber back to the place. They were lying, and that was production because the cameras just get out of here. All right. I love you guys. Have a great Sunday. I will see you guys later. Thank you, sweet. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you all for the participation in the chat. I really, really appreciate it. Drea, let's talk probably later on because I need to check in on you anyway. So, and then Chantel, I saw your thing on TikTok. You said you're coming for somebody. I don't know who the person was. Who did you say you were coming for? Faith. Who is that? The one that just went to the hospital? Because I heard you say, I'm coming for you. I'm like, who the hell is that? But I'll get caught up on the TikTok stuff. I love you guys. Have a great, great day. Thank you all for coming. And I appreciate you all. Have a great Sunday, guys. Bye. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Don't forget, George is going live today. Thank you, Wendy. I see that. You gotta pay have Uber. Bye. Thank you, guys. She's on. Okay, she's home now. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.